All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back here with you at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. This place is incredible. I walked in and it smelled amazing. They've got the lunch buffet out every day here for just $9.95. You can get an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. It's usually got an array of different items, whether it's ravioli and sausage and hot dogs, to sirloin to au gratin potatoes, you name it. Mike is cooking it up and putting it on that buffet line. I am telling you, I've had that buffet a bunch of times. It is delicious. And it comes with either a soda or a coffee as well. So come on down to the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. As you can see behind me, they have all the races on every single day as well. Saratoga every day except Monday and Tuesday with the dark days. And of course, from east to west, all the races are on. You can bet right next door at the OTB. The Phoenix Sports Restaurant is the official horse racing headquarters of the ML Sports Platter. And don't forget that you can also come here for Sunday brunch from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. From the eggs to the toast to the bacon to the lunch menu items and all the rest. This place really is terrific. And you can come after work for a little burger, beer action, bet on some horses, and head home. This place is fantastic. Great drinks in the bottle, in the can, and on tap as well. And be sure to take some of those delicious desserts. Banana cream pie, top notch, best I've ever had here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. I want to talk Atlanta Braves baseball on 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley here on Facebook, YouTube, and IGTV via Instagram. And I just look at this team right now, and every single time I turn them on, they are so much fun to watch, whether they win or they lose. And this is a team that just plays with reckless abandon, and I mean that in a good way, with no care in the world. And you know what that can help you do? It can help you win games in the playoffs, because this team, Atlanta, has a couple of guys on their team, some young players that just don't worry about a thing. Now, I realize that Austin Riley came out and was hitting extremely well in the beginning when he first had gotten called up. Dansby Swanson is still there. They could still use some more out of him, of course, in the field and at the plate. But the three guys offensively, really, that are carrying this team, you've got the youngster in Ronald Acuna Jr., who, look, if you ask me right now to start a franchise for the next 10 years, which player would I want to have and build around? He's on the short list. I think it's between him, probably Fernando Tatis, the talented shortstop from the San Diego Padres, perhaps Vlad Guerrero Jr. with the Blue Jays as well. But this guy is some talent. He'll probably win multiple batting titles. He'll probably win multiple MVPs before he is done. He hits for average. He hits for power. He runs the bases great. He's got a cannon for an arm, and he has a slick leather glove as well. He is one of the best players in Major League Baseball right now, and he plays the game, like a little leaguer. He's just out there having a lot of fun, no worries on a daily basis. And then you look at Ozzie Albies. He also goes with that Hakuna Matata feeling with Atlanta. And yes, that is in my head because I saw The Lion King in theaters last night. But Albies is a tremendously gifted athlete, and every single time you flip on a game, Albies is doing something special. Acuna is doing something special. The key for the Atlanta Braves is going to be, can they find bullpen help? And do they have enough starting pitching while we're at it? They're waiting for Fultonowicz to kind of turn it around a little bit. They did pick up Dallas Keuchel, but he struggled. Soroka's probably the ace of the staff at this particular point. But don't be surprised to see the Atlanta Braves try to get to Detroit and trade for Shane Green. Maybe you go and trade for an Edwin Diaz within the division of the New York Mets. Maybe you try to go and get a Ken Giles of the Toronto Blue Jays. In fact, I think that right there is a tremendous opportunity for the Atlanta Braves, because Alex Anthopoulos used to be the GM of the Toronto Blue Jays. Now he's with Atlanta. He's a shark. He likes to deal. He likes to improve his team on a regular basis. And if I'm a Braves fan, I would want to go and get Ken Giles absolutely right now. They need another arm. It looks as though the Padres are not going to be willing to trade relievers at this particular point, but Atlanta needs to make a move in that bullpen. And I'll tell you what, if they do, I already think they're pretty dangerous right now because of just the whole way they play, that fun, just no worry in the world type of attitude. They're already pretty dangerous. I think if they get into the postseason, I think a 7-game series against the Dodgers would be tough for Atlanta, because I just don't think that they're as deep or versatile or as balanced as LA. I think, though, the Cubs and the Brewers, I think they could beat pretty much every other team in the National League. And in a 7-game series, if they get some bullpen help, they may be able to go toe-to-toe with the LA Dodgers, because, after all, the Dodgers need bullpen help. as well. So I just love watching Atlanta play. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're going to add somebody at the deadline. I think this team has an unbelievably bright future. I think next year they should really break the bank and try to go get a couple more starting pitchers while you're at it. And this division is really for the taking for the next few years as well. When you look at the Washington Nationals, where are they going to be? I know they have the starting pitching up at the top. Max Scherzer's hurt right now, but you've got Scherzer and you have Strasburg and you have Corbin for the next few years. Offensively, though, what are they going to do with Anthony Rendon? We know that they did not commit to Bryce Harper. Will they commit to Anthony Rendon? I think they should and break the bank and keep him and kind of make him, along with Juan Soto, the two faces of the franchise. But Washington is not as good as Atlanta right now, and I don't think in the future they're going to be as good either, because I think Atlanta's future is much brighter. You look at the Philadelphia Phillies, a team that all of a sudden this year they've turned into mediocrity. They were off and running. They had a really, really good start through about 70 games, 80 games. They lose Andrew McCutchen. They lose Jake Arrieta. They've stopped hitting. Bryce Harper's wildly inconsistent. You've got JT Realmuto, completely and utterly inconsistent. And you have a slew of problems. Defense has been really bad. They either hit 8 home runs or they don't score. Atlanta seems to be a little bit more of a pace-type team, a little bit more of a balanced team, deep team, versatile team, which frankly you need right now in baseball. That's how you win. And again, if they can just get some bullpen help, they are going to be a really, really, really dangerous team in October. I think they're a pretty dangerous team right now, but if they can add a couple more pieces, look out. I look at Atlanta right now. If I had to think, I think Atlanta probably will win the East in the National League. I think the Cubs will win the Central. I think the Dodgers will win the West. And then the wild cards, who the hell knows who it's going to be? It could be Philadelphia and Milwaukee. It could be Milwaukee and St. Louis. I think actually all the teams are going to come from the Central. I think you're going to get 3 teams in the postseason from the NL Central. I think the Cardinals and Brewers will be the wild card teams, and the Cubbies will win that division. If you had to ask me to crystal ball it right now, I think we're going to have a Braves-Dodgers NLCS, which I think would be absolutely epic. The problem for Atlanta right now, though, is they can't measure up against LA. If they go out and get some bullpen help and they make a couple of quick maneuvers and they can get a couple of their starters back in order here for the late September, October push, this team could win the pennant. And maybe when they get to the World Series, win that as well. So pay attention to Albies, pay attention to Acuna, pay attention to Dansby Swanson, pay attention to Austin Riley, pay attention to Freddie Freeman, who, by the way, on this team, a first baseman who hits for average and power. He's great with a glove, and he's an amazing clubhouse guy. I think Freddie Freeman is putting together not only a great career, but I think he's putting together a Hall of Fame-worthy career. When you start to look at his OBP, you start to look at the numbers he's put up with Atlanta the last several years. He has clearly been the face of the franchise. Eventually, I think Acuna will take that roll over, but still Freeman is the guy that you start and end with for all the young talent that they have. I think you still start and end with Freddie Freeman. This team is a blast to watch, and I think they're going to be dangerous in October. I'm Mike Lindsley. 9 minutes with me here from the Phoenix Sports Restaurant on IGTV, Facebook, and on YouTube. Make sure you check out all the amenities here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. They have all the races on from East Coast to West Coast. They've got the lunch buffet every single day, $9.95. It's a coffee and a soda included. You've also got an opportunity to come for the 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. lunch buffet, or brunch buffet, I should say, on Sunday. And, of course, they have all-you-can-eat specials throughout the week, including boneless wings, steak, and spaghetti and meatballs. They've got great drinks on tap, in the bottle, in the can. So make sure you get here to the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. This place is tremendous. They're a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. And, of course, Mike and the gang doing a great job. And, hey, while you're here, go next door and bet at the OTB. Try to make some money on those ponies and see how it works out. And if you don't know how to do it, they'll help you. Just go up and ask them, hey, what's a trifecta? What's a box exacto? What's this? What's that? They will help you out with all the wagers. Hey, by the way, you can download and subscribe to my podcast as well, the ML Sports Platter, on all the major platforms. I just recently had Adrian Wojnarowski on, the lead NBA insider for ESPN, and a great St. Bonaventure man as well. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.